Hi everyone, it's JJ, and this is
STEF Sanjati. Hello.
Yay! We did a get ready with me. Ooh, look at that highlight. Yes, yes.
I was very inspired by JJ.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So we are going to show you how we got these looks and chit chat and talk about things that are relevant to our life and maybe not so much.
Yeah, maybe there's some random bullshit.
Random shit.
Yeah. Love you.
Stick around. Thanks for coming.
Oh my god, thank you for having me. I just bought this and I'm worried it's expired. No, I think I just tried to push it up.
I have a whole bunch of questions written down for you.
Really?
I find people online that I'm obsessed with, and you're one of them.
Oh, thank you.
I just have to like stare at their page and their videos and everything for so long. So ever since then I've been doing that, and it sounds really creepy, and I probably want to leave.
No, you know, like, I hear that all the time, so it's fine. You get used to it.
No big deal.
I mean, you go to VidCon once and you've heard everything.
So how was VidCon first of all?
Oh, I loved it. I went on my own dime last year, 2017. And this year, I got invited to be a featured creator, and I'm so excited.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yay.
Oh, I'm so excited. I just really feel like this year is gonna be it for me, okay? I'm just ready.
You're going there again.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do panels and meet and greets and stuff. I don't know exactly what I get to do yet, because I don't think I'll know that until closer to the event, but I'm excited. You know, last year I went and I used it the wrong way, I think. I went to all the parties.
Yeah, well, of course.
But I figured that was what I was, I figured that would be better for my job.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have spent more time doing work. So this year is going to be all work, no play, okay?
I think there can be a balance of that, right?
Okay, fair. Yeah, you're right.
Don't want to hold yourself back.
Definitely.
But you met a lot of cool people.
I did. So many viewers and so many cool creators. I got to meet Markiplier, who I have a crush on, so that was fun. Turns out his girlfriend watches my videos, so that was like super exciting. A lot of them are just like my friends now, so I don't think, I can't think back and be like, oh, I met this person. Yeah. It's just like, oh, I hung out with my friends.
It becomes like a community almost.
Yeah. Oh, I struggle with that though. There's like a very, like the passing out business cards kind of networking thing. I can't do it. I feel like I should, because it's professionalism, but I don't really want it to become like a 9-to-5 thing where I have to be super businessy all the time.
Exactly.
I want to keep it light and stuff. How did you start doing makeup videos, or just YouTube in general?
I was 16, and I'm from St. Catharines, which is like small
town. I know St. Catharines, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up nearish St. Catharines.
Nearish? Where?
Chatham.
Okay.
Do you know Chatham?
No, not really.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So yeah, so I grew up there. There was like literally no other gay kids in high school.
Yes.
So I was like, you know what? YouTube started happening. I started filming funny videos that I thought were funny, talking about random shit that like no one else probably thought were interesting.
I mean, I'm sure they did.
I mean, Shane Dawson did comment on a video, so
look at you.
Yeah.
It's back in the day.
Throwback to 16-year-old me. And recently, like a year ago maybe, was like, you know what? Like, I didn't give it a fair chance. Let me.
Well, another year older too. You have a lot more knowledge.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I have different interests now, and videos and channels before were more so just to waste time.
More of an outlet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, I had a very similar experience. So when where I grew up, I was also the only gay in the village, and I thought I was gay back then because I didn't know trans people existed. And I always say I grew up on the internet. I didn't grow up in my hometown because I spent way more time online than I did ever outside because I didn't feel safe there. So I couldn't even talk to people face to face until I started doing YouTube videos. It's so important to me, this platform. It can go through phases where it's really frustrating because of maybe the way the company itself is dealing with certain issues or something, but it feels like home to me, and I don't think I'll ever want to let it go. So I think you get it. I think you understand. I think we had a very similar experience with early YouTube.
Talking about YouTube.
Yeah.
How long ago did you start?
I started when I was 13.
Okay.
So that's like almost 10 years ago.
That's crazy.
I hate it.
That's not even old.
Oh, I know it's not. It's just so bizarre to me to think that 10 years ago Lady Gaga was just coming onto the scene.
Oh yeah.
Like it feels like yesterday. I don't know.
It does.
So I started, my first video ever was a Lady Gaga paparazzi music video.
Oh my god, yeah.
Tutorial, like makeup.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
about No. Like a tutorial of that like little black lips look.
Oh, okay, cute.
It was so bad. I got like this L'Oreal duo with a black and yellow eyeshadow.
Okay.
And I just went ham.
Yeah, why not?
And I used a liquid eyeliner for the lipstick and like whatever. Like.
Did it look good though? I'm sure it did.
It wasn't very well lit, so it definitely looked good.
Okay.
But if it was under this lighting, I wouldn't be impressed.
The new age of lighting.
I just didn't know how to light my face, so every video was blown out like crazy.
I still do that.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't look good in my makeup, I'm just gonna blow it out.
That's what I do.
Yeah. Obviously, you have a huge following now.
Oh gosh.
Do you find it weird meeting people now?
When I meet viewers and they're like, oh, I watch you on YouTube and everything, I love that. There's nothing weird about that at all. Where I encounter trouble is dating, for example. If I meet somebody new, and I always go to the internet for dating, like I go to apps and stuff, because it's just, if I go to a bar, like I don't know if the guy's super violent towards trans people. I have no idea what's happening.
Exactly.
And usually I lie to people and say my job is advertisement and marketing, because that's really, it's kind of a part of it, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm worried that if I tell them I'm YouTube, you know, I do YouTube videos, they'll go look for my channel, they'll watch all of my secrets, all of my deepest shit, like they'll,
your dirty laundry.
And then it's super unbalanced, and it just doesn't, I can't do that.
Do you think that there's Steph in real life 9 to 5 is different than YouTube Steph at all? Whether it's intentional or not?
So, I don't think so, but I've heard from, well, at least one person that there is a difference. And I think the difference is, I think I'm very open because I do talk about stuff very publicly on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sorry, powder got in my face.
All the time.
But when I meet somebody, I'm very hard to talk to. Like I don't know how to have a conversation if the camera's not on.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucked up. And it worries me.
But that's kind of like what you were mentioning earlier, growing up on the internet. So like you obviously established that relationship with like the camera and the viewer where you're comfortable. I think that's something that's like a new problem too. It's definitely going to be like a 21st century like issue.
How do you talk to a person face to face?
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. But at the same time, like I can't fault it.
No.
Because I love the internet so much, and it's given me the opportunity to have a life that I never would have had. Yeah. Like, imagine if the internet didn't exist. I would still be in that small town. I wouldn't know what trans people were. I wouldn't know why I felt so shitty. I'd still be like a social, like I wouldn't know how to talk to people.
No.
I was gonna say recluse, just to clarify, in case that comes out thinking like that you thought I was gonna say something else. I can't see the difficulty with like different kinds of socializing as a negative that totally washes out the positives of the internet, you know what I mean?
I think like anything, it's dependent on the person and how they use it. It's when you use it to like hide behind or like bully or whatever, that's that's when it becomes an issue.
I agree.
Obviously you're very open on your YouTube and it's a little
fun.
So obviously you're very open about being trans and everything. I get it all the time where people think that I'm trans. I actually, before I came out, my brother asked me if I was trans because he saw photos of me dressing up and in makeup and heels and hair. And explaining to him that that's not the same thing. I wanted to talk about like gender identity and gender expression. What do those mean to you?
I'm gonna go with this in a roundabout way. My mission in life is the liberation of all people. I feel like if I don't have an extreme goal, then I'm not, like, why would I just wanna, oh, my goal today is to have a nice day. Like, that's cool, but I wanna change the world. The way I see the liberation of all people happening, when it comes to gender at least, it's one thing to be like, oh, you know, people that experiment with clothing doesn't mean they're trans or whatever. But I think what's better to say is that clothing doesn't have a gender. In the long run, what's gonna be better for all people, not just trans people, but all people to live a more fulfilling, happy life, where they don't have to be worried about, ooh, are people gonna think I look weird or something, is to abolish this idea that possessions or, you know, the way you present yourself defines your gender at all.
Exactly.
And this idea that women, especially trans women, have to be super, you know, corseted and have like the long hair, which I love actually, it's fine. Or like the long acrylic nails and everything. It just doesn't feel right to me. It feels like a costume.
Yeah.
Whereas you might love that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, I can't speak to your whole experience, but I think instead of saying, oh, long nails and long hair and high heels make you a woman, say like, some people like that.
I think of gender as a spectrum, and I think of sexuality as a spectrum. I think that getting rid of labels of the black and the white of everything will make the world a better place. But I find for me, it's like when I dress in drag with like eyebrows and wig and stuff, that's not me.
Yeah, that's a costume.
That's a costume, and that's a different thing than what I'm doing now. I feel the most confident and comfortable when I can put on makeup and wear heels, but I also feel comfortable wearing a beard and not wearing any makeup. It's kind of like a feeling, and it's not so much about an identity.
Yeah, exactly. I follow my intuition when it comes to makeup and when it comes to, you know, my look. And I think that's a way more fun way to live.
Exactly. Yeah. It's more rewarding for me to feel something and act on it than to be closed-minded or scared or cautious and not do what I'm feeling.
Exactly. That's so important to me. And I think that's kind of like the reason I talk so much about my feelings and my experiences on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I talk a lot about mental health and stuff, and it's not, I think sometimes people have this perception of me that I'm kind of like a hypochondriac when it comes to problems. But I think everybody has a lot of problems, they just don't want to talk about it. And I don't think you have to talk about it, but I think talking about things makes it so much easier to move on and to like learn from it.
Exactly.
And so that's why I talk about like almost every crisis I have. And I don't think people sometimes see it the right way. I think they see it as like whining, but I'm very conscious to not make it whiny. Like I try very hard to make it constructive and to have it relatable and say like, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
And I think it's similar in like clothing, right? I think the more people like you that dress intuitively and just are themselves, I think the more people that do that, it's like an example.
Exactly.
And more people will follow. And I think that's way better than following like a trend. You know what I mean?
Another point that I wanted to talk about is the gender versus the sexual preference.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's one of those things where, again, like my family isn't very open about those things.
Okay.
So for me, it would be awkward for me to say, hey family, this is who I sleep with or whatnot. Like to me, that's not a discussion that I need to have.
I have this like idea, not even an idea, I have this like strong understanding that sexuality is fluid, and that does not mean that everybody's bisexual.
No.
What that means is like it could change over time, and it's not saying that you can change your sexuality at will. But I know when I was like 14 to even when I was like 19 or 20, I was very much like I'm only attracted to men. I like dudes. And there was no like shift in like I didn't get therapy or something, but now I understand that I'm attracted to like people of all genders.
Yeah.
And I think the reason I have this understanding now is because I see gender in such a different way.
Okay.
Where it's like almost, you know, going through this transition and making so much progress and how it's changed my mental health and everything. I think I see gender more now as like super minuscule in the importance of things. Exactly. And that doesn't mean that everybody has to share this idea, but this is just where I'm coming from.
No, exactly.
And so now it's like, if I like a person, I like them. It doesn't have anything to do with like what body part they have.
That's a huge like step forward just for anyone to appreciate someone for who they are and not who they identify as.
Right.
And that's really what should motivate people.
I think to ascend gender is a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, that is a way to have human culture. When we understand that gender is not that important, human culture and human everything is just going to go skyrocketing forward.
Exactly.
And I'm so excited for that. I'm probably going to be dead by the time it happens, but
maybe
I can hope and dream.
Frozen or whatever.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah. I actually want to live forever. I think I'm kind of like that villain that you'd see in a movie that like is evil just because they want to live forever and they're super selfish and they don't care who they hurt. I legitimately believe I could be like that.
Yeah.
It's scary.
That's okay.
I'm terrified of death. Wow, that's a different conversation.
That's a whole other conversation. Okay, so now...
Are we doing our face? What are you doing?
I don't know. I could do this forever.
Me too.
Honestly, my favorite part of makeup is the skin and the base and the process of it.
I agree.
I really hate eyes, but I started getting into them.
You do great eye makeup.
Thank you.
I like eyes, but I mentioned this off camera before we started, but I've been in this big thing lately where I just do eyeliner and lashes, and I've done that for like a year. And every time I do eyeshadow, I almost feel like, and this is something that I have to like outgrow.
Okay.
But I feel like I did in high school where it's like I'm putting all this stuff on as armor. I don't feel like I need it. But at the same time, I understand that it's not armor, it's just fun.
Yeah.
And I want to do it.
No, exactly.
So I'm going to do eyeshadow
You're going to do it.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I have 3 eyeshadow brushes.
Yeah.
Because I got rid of my big kit. I used to have so fucking many.
So yeah, so you used to do makeup.
I did. My only skill, well, I had a lot of, I was a very skilled person, no. Honestly, I mean, I love makeup. And I love doing it on myself. And throughout high school, I did all these wacky, crazy looks, like completely absurd. And that was really important to my like identity as a person, because it was I was the only one that did that, and it felt like you can't take that from me. And then I got the opportunity to just move forward with YouTube because I picked it back up, and I got lucky with a video that went kind of viral, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this opportunity while I can, because I always knew that entertaining was way more exciting to me than makeup.
Okay.
That makeup is like a tool for that. And now, you know, I'm where I want to be. Well, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm where I'm happy.
Yeah, you're happy.
I have goals that we're shooting for this year, and it's a secret, but if it happens, it happens, and I'll be super excited.
Well, I was just gonna ask, what is the goal of yours, like with YouTube and outside of YouTube?
Okay, I need to start talking about this, because like I've always been really embarrassed, but I always wanted to be...
Do you ever feel pressure to look a certain way, whether it's being trans or just in general?
Yes.
What inspires you?
Oh my god, what inspires me?